BJ keeps the party going. Brandon E brings the heat. We don't know how to speak. Running wild on you, brother. We're over the top. Rocking it back to the vintage scene. Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central. With epic thumbnails from the vids. It's a must-see. Gonna bring you the best. Legends you remember from the ring and silver screen. We're over the top. Get ready for a good time.
Bow! What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chad Arms, a.k.a. Chetty Bobby 1130. I thought Chance was looking at me like something fucked up. he was just getting in rhythm.
He's like, cut. Hello, my name is Tony, a.k.a. Friday the 14th.
Mm-hmm. And I'm the man with the plan, but my name's not Stan. I'm Hot Mike Chance.
Bars.
It was bars. My name is Brandon E. My favorite day of the year is February 31st.
Woo! That's a good day, dude. That's a solid day.
I think he's pulled that one out before a long.
That's a
one
solid
of the
day,
first dates.
dude. The boy's
He's been
back
on
in
it.
town, dude. The
Hey.
boy's
Yes!
back in town.
Yes.
I don't have the cool sound effects like Squints does,
Yeah.
but let's give a big round of applause for Brandon E.
Yes, he's back. It's been way too long, bro. It's been way too long.
I'm so glad. James floored by
Poor
it.
man.
Oh,
Poor
absolutely floored by
He's
it.
drunk. He's drunk.
Little mean
He,
James.
we've
he
added-
watched the Hogan documentary. He's all right.
Poor
That's
me.
true.
Speaking of,
That's what we're talking about today.
we're glad to have Brandon E back. This is going. Obviously, y'all know how we do. We batch record, so he's in town. He's on the podcast for 3 episodes. So y'all
Yes.
gonna see Brandon E on the next 3 weeks worth of episodes of Over the Top.
Yeah.
Such greatness.
We're hyped for that, man. BJ the DJ, obviously, he wanted to be here too, but he had a wedding.
Yes, yeah,
He's
yeah.
very
waiting
in
today.
demand.
He's the
Yeah.
bit like I saw he put out his schedule. Like that dude is constantly going. So shout out BJ,
Yeah,
the
shout
hardest working DJ in the
love
Shout
biz.
out Sherm, dude. Shout out Sherm, man.
Fun fact, Sherman.
Sherman.
But I don't know if you saw our episode where we got to go on. I got
Oh,
some
of course
shit to
I
say.
did.
Did you see where Squints made a request when he comes on this show?
Yeah, he wants you to be
He
on
wants
the
you to
Yeah,
be here,
yeah.
Brother,
when
I
we
will be
film with
here.
you.
Yes.
Facts.
So-
That's gonna be dope, man.
Yeah, that was his one request to coming out here. He
Easiest
said, make
request
sure-
you'll ever have, my man.
Yeah, for sure. Hell
Shout
yeah.
out Squints on that one.
Yeah, absolutely, man. This is a new topic, a relevant topic.
Yes, yes.
And honestly, I didn't even really know much about this and then it came out and everybody started talking about it.
Yeah, like a trailer came out for like a week maybe before it
Yeah.
debuted and everything, and it was like, whoa, this
Yeah.
is give me all this. We were all in for it immediately.
Yeah, and this is the Hogan documentary on the Netflix doc.
Yeah.
that just dropped with Hogan. 4 episodes.
Real
series.
American.
Yeah, Real American. They're really hammering that Real American on everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Greatest beer of all time.
It's really good. I had a couple last night.
That and Foster's are the best beer of all time.
Beer.
Hey guys, hey, you had to double fist those. there and
Dude,
get cans.
Foster's, you could only get Foster's in like a Sam's Club style. You couldn't get you a little 12-ounce can or nothing. Foster's gonna make you have that mug. I mean, it's the size of all outside.
Yeah, I immediately think Crocodile Dundee when I think of Foster's beer. You know, immediately, like they're all sitting there in the bar and everybody's got a can, just fisting a can
Dude,
of Foster.
I don't know. Here's the thing. We need to do an entire episode. We're all very experienced in
Oh,
me and
yeah.
you especially.
Oh, yeah.
And Chance are experienced in beer. Now you drink a little bit of beer.
A
now,
little taste.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna have a battle of the beast, right? You got Foster's on this in this corner, and this one on the corner. O'Doul's,
And Milwaukee's best.
Milwaukee's beast, dude.
Man,
Shout
hey,
out
I
to
drink
Natty
some.
Lights.
Dude, I drank
no.
some back in the college days and everything at Cumberland. I drank the worst of the worst when it came to beer. Like I made it a mission to get every 40 bottle that I could possibly find in town.
Oh, you
and
drank
everything.
40. You were a
Yep.
different
Colt
breed, Tony.
45s in the
45s.
Dude,
Shout out to
bag,
Sparks.
yep.
That's what my
Colt
Paper
45s
bag.
are good. I mean, 2 of those, like Afro Man said,
Exactly.
2 of those, you're good to go.
Hey.
But I don't know if y'all have ever had a Schlitz malt liquor.
Oh, absolutely not.
Dude, that is on another level right
Dream.
there.
Every beer I've ever tried tasted like shit. Every single one.
What about the
Like,
wine
you develop a
coolers?
taste. No, my taste is that it tastes like shit. It don't matter.
King Cobra.
Oh my
Yeah, I mean,
God.
Tony,
Throwback, dude.
you were a different breed.
I was
for
just
sure.
trying to get like I was
Yeah, whatever
I was on a
hammers
mission
me
to
up
get
is
had no
40
money.
bottles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah. Dude, I forget the name. I'll have to find a picture of it, but it had a blue bull.
It was
on the-
called unleaded. That's what it
pretty
was.
much. But it literally tastes like spikes going down your throat. But it had a blue bull on the label.
Blue bull? Let's
Yeah,
look.
but it was only I could only find it in a 40 bottle. But it literally tastes
Remember
like
Bud Ice?
Oh yes, they had the most alcohol content to them. So yeah, you pound a couple of those.
Throwback.
It was just,
Schlitz was the bull.
yeah, that's
So
that's
Schlitz
it.
was the
Yeah,
blue
that's the
bull?
Schlitz one right there. Yeah,
man.
yeah, dude, that's whew.
We're just reminiscing, you know.
Dude, 40s
Shout out.
back in the day, they were so cheap.
You know I get them off subject every time I'm there.
Well,
But
me and Brandon's thing, last thing before we go into the dock or whatever, me and Brandon's thing was always, it never was beer. It was always just like liquor. And we did, like, back in the day when we used to kick it a whole bunch. And
Oh, yeah.
we were roommates for a couple of different times. And our thing was like, usually like rum or
Tequila.
mine was Crown. His was tequila.
Oh, yeah.
Margaritas was big. That was a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
Jaeger bombs were big, but we
Jaeger.
couldn't afford the Red Bull, so we just made Kool-Aid to go with our Jaeger and everything, which is a bad idea as well.
Just straight sugar.
Just straight sugar and everything. But Jaeger, I can't even smell Jaeger anymore. Like it
No.
just,
I still smell 2001 on my shirt.
Shaq Goldschlagers, too.
what about? Were y'all familiar with Silverados on Murfreesboro
Come on,
Road?
man.
Yes, dude.
Come
that
on,
was,
man.
That was our man. The glory days of those.
What was it?
Glory days.
Free beer before.
Free beer to 11 on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights, dude.
Crazy.
Oh, the
Crazy.
good old
But we're
days.
talking about the Hulk Hogan
Hulk
documentary.
Hogan documentary. Real American Beer started all that.
Yeah,
Shout out to
Real
Old
American-
Duels. That's segment was sponsored by Old Duels.
Yeah.
That was the non-alcoholic one too, I think.
Yep.
But I mean, it was very reminiscent to the McMahon documentary. Y'all agree on it and everything. I don't know if it was the same people that did it.
Yeah.
They got a bunch of footage, which of course they were able to get a bunch of footage from the WWE and everything. But I'd never see a lot of that home video footage that was brand new and everything. I guess Linda brought that to the table with everything because I guess she had a video camera attached to the hip whenever he was home. So,
Apparently.
but
I think a lot of it was because the reason why all of it's coming out now is because maybe he didn't want any of that. Well, no, I guess he had to agree to it because he was doing the documentary with him.
yeah, because they said they were going to come at the end of the they were going to come back and
3 more months. And he died.
and everything. So he had to sign off on that.
Which
all
is
that
crazy.
stuff.
They said
He
that
wasn't
exact
even
month.
going over on that. He's like, nope, not going over.
Do it my
Doesn't
way.
work for
You're
me.
not going over. I'm going over on this one.
Yeah, but I mean, the first episode, you really get a lot of the upbringing up until he became the iconic Hulk Hogan and everything.
His
All the-
pops wasn't a good dude. So, like,
his mom wasn't either.
Yeah.
From what it sounded, they weren't very. It wasn't very a loving family and all that stuff.
Didn't seem too supportive.
no, his
I
dad
didn't realize.
especially.
Yeah, he was a mistake. Pretty much, he was a oops baby and everything.
Imagine that. Dude.
Yeah.
Imagine. Think about the trajectory of the world itself in the entertainment space.
Yeah.
If Hulk Hogan never existed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like with wrestling, or you know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Just
to
the
think about
wrestling
that.
map
He was
itself.
an accident.
Yeah.
And what kind of accident? A dude that had a 50-year career, one of the most popular people in entertainment.
Yeah.
Of all time.
Of all,
arguably.
of all time.
You can say Hulk Hogan is probably top 5, like
He's
most
one of the, I mean,
popular,
There's
well
no
known.
debate though about that. He really
He was a household name to
Good, bad, or
Yeah,
ugly.
yeah,
Yeah, good, bad, and indifferent and everything. He was a legit household name to everybody during his whole during his career and everything. Everybody knew who Hulk Hogan was.
Oh yeah.
It was crazy too. Like he's been gone for what, a year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I watched that documentary where it really set in. Like Hulk Hogan's really not here anymore.
yeah.
He's just, like same with Chuck Norris. They're just people that you just assume are just gonna
Live forever.
hang around.
Immortal,
Michael Jackson's been
immortal
dead since
Hulk Hogan.
09.
Exactly.
And I
Yeah,
still
you're
feel
exactly
that way.
saying
Yeah.
he was the
I'm
immortal
glad
Hulk
to see that
Hogan.
doc doing so well too. That Michael Jackson doc. That's a
Oh.
whole other. Once we watch that, we definitely need to do an episode on that.
Oh,
Yeah, most definitely. That looks. I've heard nothing but great.
Jordan said it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did, seeing that footage of him in his house, would be as massive as he was and everything with his parents and all that stuff with Linda taping that in there. That stuff was really cool to see in the first episode, and it just how it's crazy to see how much he just
it's like it was
masked
like
out when he first started seeing those videos of him first starting. He was just like a
Skinny
string
rock kid,
a skinny rock kid, and then just
bulked up.
and then of course Rocky 3 is what got him into the stratosphere of being an icon in entertainment. And he gave up a huge paycheck or a huge constant paycheck for that chance. Which I don't blame him because
I would have done the same thing.
Because Vince McMahon, Vince McMahon Sr. told him that if you take this movie, you're fired.
Which is crazy. I mean, I get it. Back in the day, just sign of the times, but the fact that Hogan was like, "No, I'm not going to do that," and went and did the movie. Had he not have done the movie, again, you don't ever know what would have happened, because when he did the movie, that's when Sylvester Stallone he talks about it. He saw him from wrestling.
And just saw it, and especially just the size difference between the two guys.
Oh, gosh,
that's what attracted him. The same with Mr. T. He found Mr. T being a bouncer.
That's Brandon's favorite person.
Oh, he's a great, love that guy.
But I mean, give credit to Stallone. I mean, he saw that star power early and everything. But
He didn't gatekeep neither. That's
No.
No, he's like, no, it'll. I'd like to help him out, and it'll help our movie.
yeah,
for sure.
To have him as
Thunder
Lips
Lips.
or whatever.
the ultimate male. But then, of course, it goes once it gets done with that, goes into the AWA stuff, and that's where Vince Jr. Changes everything with wrestling.
I ain't gonna just get you. I'm gonna get the whole damn roster.
Yeah, he's going to clean them on him. He's going to buy the whole lot. He gets the whole lot of them.
Oh yeah, ain't that crazy?
Yeah, it's insane. But it's like you said, it's a side that you really did see how rough of a childhood he did have and everything, of how his parents were just like, okay, we'll believe it when we see it kind of way. Nobody really believed that he could become anything.
Yeah.
I still think when I watch that whole stardom with his trajectory, it's rising up. They kind of touched on Jesse Ventura being some of his inspiration. They never touched on Billy Graham.
Yeah.
No, they never touched that fact
Because
at
he
all.
definitely took Billy Graham and Jesse Ventura's persona.
And some Dusty Rhodes in there
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Like,
and just
so-
intermingled them. But they, of course, this documentary, I think it's trying to put Hulk back in a somewhat of a good light in a way.
It just doesn't work when in the world we're in now.
No.
Because it's too much.
because we know everything.
Yeah.
we know everything
And
now.
it just
He lost all credibility with me whenever he said he was watching Dusty Rhodes at 9 years old. I was like, no, you wasn't.
That's another lie.
He's a few years older than you are. You wasn't
Exactly.
watching him at 9 years
Exactly.
old.
Yeah.
It just
You were from
Get
the
outta
same
here.
area.
be
Yeah.
honest, you know.
That's what,
Shout out to Chance.
It's
for
true.
something. I didn't even think about that.
yeah.
That was his
Dusty
biggest
Rhodes was
inspiration.
not,
but
yes, you're saying Dusty Rhodes was
And then Andre the Giant.
16 years older than you, 17
Yeah.
years older than. So Dusty Rhodes was 25 when you were 9.
It's just
Get outta here.
It just sits on a throne a lot. He
and
just
that's
can't-
why I don't really believe what he said about his parents, because, hey, you got to consider the source
this is very true. And too, I'm sure
with
he
any
had.
documentary, but especially this one.
Yeah. I wonder how much they had done before he passed away, of how much of an influence of a call what got put in the documentary and
That's
everything.
true. How much he signed off on or not before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or were they even going to put it out? Like, was it like...
They probably was going to do a whole, if they were going to shoot more, they were probably going to do a whole like episodic series of it.
Yeah.
Longer than what it was, and maybe when he passed away, and see that's when they could have went back in after that, and that's where his wife could have added a bunch of stuff, because it could have been in the contract where if something was to happen, it would. I don't know how all that
that's
works, but it's just I don't know that they definitely painted a positive light, or try to up
That's
until
good.
the end. There's definitely have
Yeah.
to be some stuff, but she
Dude, Linda was
has seen better days. I'll say
Yeah.
that.
Linda was a big member of the cast on this whole documentary, and she had a lot to say.
Well, that's what makes me think that it all that happened after.
Yeah.
Yeah,
know?
that's very true too.
She's been wanting to talk for years, obviously.
Yeah.
And she hasn't had
mean,
a
she-
platform since Hogan Knows Best, basically.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
was 15 years ago,
Yeah.
20 years ago, 20 years ago.
They never touched on, Hogan's been married 3 times.
Yeah,
They talked about Linda. his current wife.
and then the other one.
Yep.
Was he married before Linda, or it was between Linda
Between
and the new
Linda
one?
and the new
Yeah,
one.
they
Yeah.
never
They
didn't
mentioned.
even
They
talk
never-
about that.
Never talked about the second wife.
And the picture they used for Linda, and it said his Hogan's first wife, and it's like, it's just this really, just the way they introduced her was, that's Hogan wife one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All three wives, and Brooke, and Hope, all look alike.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. It's a wild,
so
it's
wild.
a wild scenario.
I mean, all three of them look just alike.
Yep.
But I mean, episode 2 and 3. If you've ever seen any kind of Hogan documentary, you know everything that goes on. In
Yeah, the
episode 2 and 3.
NWO turn was that two?
The
or
Hulkamania.
three?
It's it's a Hulkamania run. It's the whole Warrior couldn't step up and take the throne when I wanted to take a break.
And then they purposely put in like his mess ups on interviews on there, trying to smear him.
They're just forever gonna say do that to Ultimate Warrior. And I know he wasn't. He was obviously an asshole, apparently.
Yeah.
But they every chance they get to bury Ultimate Warrior,
They do
any kind of. Granted, looking back at it as now, I can see why. Because when we were kids, we just thought, and even
Yeah.
if you ask people now, like when they do casual interviews with people that are in my shows and stuff, and they'll ask who's your favorite wrestler growing up, most of them will say Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, yeah, most
because
people
it's
say
just
it, yeah.
people. It's people that aren't really. They don't know nothing about that behind the scenes. It's
yeah.
just the.
influence that he made as an impact, especially guys around our age and
Exactly.
everything. It's like, Ultimate Warrior is just the entrance, the short. But even Hogan was burying Warrior. He got 3 minutes into the match, he already wanted to go home. He was.
That's the first time I've ever heard that.
Yeah.
I mean, well, there was some of it in the DVD that came out a long time ago.
Self-Destruction that we used to watch?
I mean, they
That was
tried
a hit
it in there.
piece, son. That's the first time WWE ever did that too. Remember?
First
we
time,
bought
yeah.
we bought every one of them WWE DVDs when they come out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
But
we
it
were like,
kinda-
it's negative. There's nothing positive about the entire thing.
But I got a little. It took me back a little bit for just a short piece when they did that on Warrior on the documentary.
Oh, they went hard on Warrior and everything. And Brett was super.
That's the first time I've been on Brett's side in a long time. though.
Brett hates everybody, dude.
But that's the first
He
time
came out and
though.
said, "Fuck you."
But when he was talking about like trying to talk to Hogan and stuff, and I could tell by the way like Hogan responded,
Yeah.
he was lying.
Oh, and he's like, I don't
Lie.
remember.
Hogan was lying.
Yeah.
He was in his
figure.
trunks.
Yeah.
I've never seen that video before with his Ico Pro shirt on and everything, with his trunks and boots
Which
already on.
Which part are you talking about?
In WrestleMania 9,
Yeah.
where he came in and beat.
Oh, he tried to act
Godzilla.
like he didn't know. Or
Yeah,
something.
but there's video. They show a video of him because he came. The documentary that came out about WrestleMania 9 and everything.
Great documentary.
They only show the
Really
video of
good.
him wearing his tights and his boots and all that stuff, walking in with the Ico Pro shirt. But in this one, they show him in his trunks and boots, ready to go.
And you see Brett just sitting there waiting in the background to talk to him
Yeah.
for like a long period of time, and like Hogan just never acknowledged him.
Yep.
Dude, I'm with you. I'm on Brett's side on this one. But he's
Because Brett said a couple of complimentary things.
yeah.
To which you don't hear that.
Well, I mean, he was praising him because when it comes down to promos, Hogan is one of the best promo guys ever to do it.
You think?
I mean,
from the white meat baby face.
what as a
obviously,
baby face promo and his
the-
heel promos
yeah,
too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he you got to put him up there on the list of one of the best
From, in
promo
the '90s
guys.
for sure, 100%.
Yeah,
Like the
even I
90s.
think his Hollywood Hogan promos are great
even
too.
if you even go all the way through
The WCW stuff.
I think as the smoke's cleared, I personally don't think he's one of the best promos. But it's okay if people
yeah,
do.
yeah.
The thing is, you look back,
That's okay.
he didn't do anything. He just goes, "Let me tell you something, brother." But it's really grade A Velveeta square cheese.
Yeah,
I,
give me-
but I think it's just because the times we were in. That's what America wanted was somebody like a true American hero type. Because GI Joe was huge.
Yeah, the wars going on at the
the
time.
war- so it worked because of the time that it was in too.
Yeah.
Because obviously when you sit there and talk about it, it worked for Hogan in the late '80s and early '90s, and then when he moved to NWO. Hall and Nash had to be like, bro, that's not how we. That's not how you.
Oh,
do it
yeah,
now.
yeah. He-
You gotta
and totally changed up his promo
you're ruining
style.
it. It's not cool. You got to make it cool. And they had to teach him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you need y'all. No, we're doing it like this. Dial it back. And you know what I mean. So he had to.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that wasn't easy for them. Hall and Nash to. I'm sure Hogan didn't be like, oh, okay, cool. I'm sure he put
never
that.
really said
No.
anything of worth, really, honestly, in his promo. I don't
It was
really
just the
think
delivery, I think.
It's more
Yeah.
delivery than
Yeah.
anything. It stuck out to me as.
Yeah.
And then let me tell you
Vitamin.
something. Let me tell you something. Mean Gene
Yeah.
is just.
But then I'm waiting for you to tell me something.
What do you got to say? Well, Mean Gene ain't finna fucking give it to you for free. That's
Well,
damn sure.
Another thing I never noticed before though is how Mean Gene got busted open at Bash at the Beach.
I know. I didn't know that.
I had no clue.
I've never seen that. We've watched
It must have
that
been
footage.
edited out. I
Yeah,
guess.
we've watched that
Yeah.
footage 100,000
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
I've never seen him.
Did you know
busted
that?
open.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I'm not gonna say who it was, but
Vince Russo. Cornette or Russo?
You were at Bash at the Beach '96. That
hey,
was a hell of a shot,
hey.
man. That was a hell of
What
a
was
shot.
it, a Wendy's Biggie cut?
Did you do that, Chance? You little turd.
But no,
I'm not saying
What
I
if he
did
What
it.
if he did it the whole time and just?
I would put it past him. I
is
would
it
not
cause,
put it
is it
past
because
him.
of HD now that we know? But
I think what Brandon said. I think it just got edited out of all those WWE network
Yeah.
releases.
God bless.
I mean,
Netflix
was it-
can
seen
show
so
up.
many times? Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it wasn't nothing serious, but it was a legit. I
Yeah.
mean, he had a cut right
Because
there.
you got to think y'all just talked about seeing footage of Hogan that you had never seen before.
Yeah.
So that's probably, I'm sure there's so much footage that we'll never see
Yeah.
of shit like that where they have to cut because of, oh, it's showing blood. This is night, or whatever. I don't know. Because you got to think WCW didn't really show no blood.
No.
No, yeah,
So that was probably
yeah.
why I got edited out. If it was WWE, it'd have been different, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, but of
But-
course, that's one of the biggest.
Well, they were so Disney involved back then.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, 96 and
Yeah.
WCW, there was no, that was why I never liked WCW as much because WWE was risky and they were
Okay, was it
cussing and shit.
a work or a shoot? That dude jumping into the ring.
I think that was shoot.
I think. Do you think Nash legit
Yeah.
knocked him on his
100%.
ass right there?
Yeah.
Dude, that looked like a legit throw down. Like,
gotta
I
think
always thought that was real. Like Cody Rhodes was saying how that was that was props though. All those people at Disney when Hogan was doing that parade.
yeah.
I thought that was always real. People
I
were so
did too.
excited.
I did too.
Oh yeah, when they manufactured
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
fake people.
I did too.
I
It
didn't
was
know
AI
that.
before AI.
I liked everybody that they pulled in for the documentary to talk. I like bringing Cody.
Yeah, I
in.
mean, who else better for that?
Cody
I mean,
was being
alive, anyway.
Cody talking about being there for that WrestleMania 19.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the biggest crowd reactions ever in a match in WrestleMania history with him and The Rock.
Oh,
WrestleMania-
18.
18, okay. Yeah,
19
WrestleMania.
was him and McMahon, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. WrestleMania 18 with him and The Rock and everything.
'Cause that's the first time I looked at that. Go back is this age, and I looked at that parade when Hogan was going. I was like, damn, that's cheesy as hell. I thought that was so magical and so cool.
And it was his own car, the Viper. Was
Yeah,
his
yeah.
own
I
car.
just didn't realize. I hate him. Yeah, dude.
Dude,
I hate.
what was crazy to me seeing that storage locker just full of all his stuff. And
He's like, oh, here's my calendar from 1987, and it's like, oh, I fought Andre here at the Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
That's like it's
all
just
his
crazy.
a bloody bandana and stuff. It's like
no
I
t-
wonder-
a treasure trove of memories.
oh, it's just like all his stuff. But it's crazy that all his stuff like that was in a storage unit.
I was listening to not the Bubba the Love Sponge pod, but it's another podcast, and Brooks Hogan was on it, and they were and I forget the name of the podcast, but they were asking, "Hey, do you have any memorabilia of your dad's?" And she goes, "No, he would never give me any." And ever in my life, but she goes, "I have like one thing," and she said, "I bought it from a fanfare convention. Like I paid for it on my own." And she goes, "The crazy part about it is what I bought. He tried to like take it and like resell it for money." It's like, "No, Dad, I want this because I want memorabilia, and you will never give me." He's like, "But I can make more money off of this." Ain't that crazy?
That's crazy. And that's we talked about this before filming. That's one of the biggest misses from this whole documentary is Brooke not being in it at all.
What's the fallout with him and her? She didn't even go to his funeral, did she?
No,
What happened? With
it's from him being
because him and Nick never fell out, did they?
no. It's where she had
She
a
just sided with her mom.
well. No,
Oh,
it's
she
where
doesn't talk to her neither.
no. She
Okay,
doesn't.
see,
talk-
I don't know
It's
about
where he decided to be a bigot and everything in an instance and everything, and she drew the line with
that
it.
makes sense. I mean, that makes sense for sure.
There's people been in his ear for a long time for about decisions, her words, of his legacy post life,
Yeah.
and his leechers financially.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, no, like, let's submit your legacy. When you pass away, I want your stuff to be submitted, and to, like, you know, let's put your stuff away. Let's do this, do this, do this. And
What
people
needs to be properly done with
Yeah.
his stuff and with the impact that he made.
And you got other people who are trying to gain
Yeah,
off
it's
of
all
you.
about they want to get money off of it.
And if you're not gonna, like, try to do this, I don't want anything to do with you. He always was dismissing her and this and this and this. And she's like, all right, just.
But he went to bat for Nick for the for all the terrible
the
things
stuff,
that
yeah.
Nick, all the wild stuff that Nick did.
Yeah.
He was always behind Nick and everything for that and all that. So
What's crazy is Brooke and Hogan's second wife are really close.
Correct. And that's
Like,
why,
really? I
and
didn't know
hence
that.
why neither one of them were mentioned in
Yep.
the documentary.
oh,
And they
I
were
did not
more
know
like
that.
trying to keep him healthy,
Yeah.
keep his health up and stuff. And they were saying that the other, like the rest of the family, was just pretty much trying to just get him for everything he's worth.
His new wife too.
Well, see, I didn't realize in the episode 4 is for anybody is much must watch.
Full disclosure, I haven't even gotten to watch 4, but
I
I watched.
did-
They gave me at least a. I'm
Yeah,
gonna watch it.
It
on the
gets
way
into
home.
the post
I watched the first
post
3.
wrestling Hogan and all that stuff. His many bad decisions that he made and everything, being vocal about stuff and the sex tape, and then I did not know the amount of fentanyl that man was taking to get.
I don't
by.
see how you could live taking
I had
that much.
no.
Yeah, 'cause just a little
clue.
speck. If you touch a little speck of it, it'll kill us.
That's insane.
It's insane to me. It's insane.
What? So what? So fill me in on that.
He was just to get by, just
He was taking straight fentanyl.
Yeah.
Dude,
Not-
large
not
amounts.
Fentanyl laced.
no, he was just
Doctor prescribed large amounts on the
For his
consumption.
back.
Yeah.
dude. And then I just recently watched
know
the
you could take that much.
I
Sabu
didn't know you could either.
Sabu documentary that came out.
I gotta see that.
That RVD produced it and everything, and it's all leading up to his last match that he had before WrestleMania of last year. So it follows him for about a 6-month period, and it's watching Hogan just barely being able to get
Gym,
around.
can't get up.
Like these guys that just put their bodies through everything. It's set, and Sabu had nothing. This dude had nothing.
crazy,
left.
man.
He'd bounce around from house to house with friends.
He didn't even have his own.
Didn't
Oh,
have his
man.
own. It didn't have a car. Like it's sad to see.
There's no protection for these wrestlers, man. When
No.
they get old,
And
there's no insurance. There's no pension. There's no medical. There's no.
If Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair wasn't set up for life, how you think anybody else from that era would be? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, now it's
Like-
different. You know, now.
Yeah,
like,
correct. Yeah.
They've got everything in place to, I'm sure, to where they've got
Yeah, but
full medical and
Yeah,
their
it's
family's
different now.
covered, and there's a lot more things handled the right way. But but they're independent contractors. It's the
Yeah.
same thing with, like, in my situation, me being an artist. Like, I don't.
yeah.
There ain't nobody that's gonna help me. Like,
But you,
yeah, I've got to
Correct.
put it. So you got to be smarter with your money. Clearly,
Do you know what Hogan's actual net worth was?
before he passed,
$5 million.
Ain't that crazy?
that is
And
But
it's true.
his intellectual property was worth about $25 million. But actually, what he had was about $5 million.
Yep.
that
I
is
mean,
crazy.
He did go through a huge divorce and all that. And
Yeah,
she probably
but
got,
that-
but even at 10, 15 million, you would think he would be like,
yeah, that's
100 million.
that's
Wow.
crazy to me that wow, I did
Yeah.
not know that.
And after, like, Nick and the wife gets whatever they're going to get from it.
I mean, they'll be
That's all
eating.
that's in the will.
They'll be eating off of his intellectual property and all that but I mean that's worth something. But
Yeah.
as far as what he had in assets and his liabilities and everything, it was
That's
about
crazy.
$5 million.
So John Cena, just for John Cena, his net worth is $80 million.
Yeah,
Triple H has got some.
up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
But John Cena's also an actor. and,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just comparing it, Hogan
so was
was
Hogan?
in the 90s now. In the 90s now. Now it was. If you can argue that the movies that Hogan was in the 90s, some of the stuff that Cena does is similar.
yeah.
Style.
And the Rock, like the
You know
game
what I mean?
plan and all that kind
Yeah,
of
as
stuff
far
with
as
the Rock.
like goofy, like
He just never got to expand.
He just
past
wasn't a good
Thunder in
actor.
Paradise.
I'm just gonna let y'all.
He wasn't-
I'm gonna let y'all think y'all getting off on that.
No, none of us, Suburban Commando was not a good movie.
But I'm talking
Christopher
about,
Lloyd was the best part of that movie.
I'm talking about like
I know what you're saying.
Hogan. Hogan
Yeah.
did them bad movies, and then
Yeah.
Cena's first few weren't great. Like the
Yeah.
Marine, they're not great movies. They're not bad.
Same
But-
with The Rock. You can say the same with The Rock.
Yeah.
The game plan,
is true.
and, yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of them.
But it was cool that
Tooth Fairy.
they had Christopher Lloyd on the documentary holding a
I
VHS
know, I
of
know.
Suburban Commando.
That was cool.
And it just starts falling out of the
I know. Did you notice that? I noticed
like,
that.
oops.
Yeah.
But that was cool that they were able to get him.
Yeah.
for a
Who was
few
also in like double meaning, like he was in Suburban Commando, but he
Yeah.
also is Doc from Back to the Future. So it's like you went back in time with Doc Brown.
Yeah.
Also the guy
Holding
that was
him.
For sure.
That's
For
pretty cool. They
sure.
probably didn't mean to do that part, but
But yeah, I mean, if you don't know much about Hogan past his wrestling career, the 4th episode is a must watch. It gets into it doesn't get into full detail of his wrongdoings because I think it sugarcoats everything that he did wrong in the best way possible.
He skimmed through that quick. He
Yeah.
didn't really. He didn't,
did he sign a deal with Netflix before he passed? I mean, obviously for
you
that he
know?
had to.
I'm not sure.
And I'm with Jimmy Hart though. I think that the premiere Raw got to him more than he's like, oh, I love the heat from that and everything. Bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
You were not expecting to be booed out of the building for the premiere of Netflix.
Look at it. Look at his face when it happens.
Yeah, he was not expecting it. Everybody else in the world was expecting that
And
reaction.
you're in California, bro.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
a real
That's
American.
what I'm
Real
saying, but
American.
He's so
America. That
he's
ain't
so
gonna work in California, bro.
he's so conceited in that mindset that he was like, no, they ain't gonna boo me.
Well, because he's Hogan. He thinks,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anybody with any common sense should know that California, it really is Mexico. Let's just shoot
Yeah.
the bullshit. Anybody with common sense.
Yeah.
That state was really Mexico before it was taken over.
Right.
So don't act like a fool knowing that is predominantly a Spanish state.
Right.
And it ain't no like, let's run them out of there.
Yeah.
That, so let's just stop
yeah.
with the foolery.
No, for sure.
But yeah,
So-
he's the only one that didn't think he would be booed out of the bit. Even Jimmy had he had reservations going into that.
He's the most positive guy.
Dude, man, he was so awesome
Yeah.
in that documentary though. He
Yeah.
was. I'm glad to see him doing so well.
Talk about loyal. I think he's the only loyal person in Hogan's life that never was trying to use him.
For sure.
That is great.
You can tell there's
Yeah.
not a mean bone in Jimmy
Yeah.
Hart's body.
It is so good to see him do it. Like health wise, he seems like he's doing really well for his age and everything. Too.
Yeah.
His hair looks great for his age. I mean,
Bro.
he still talks the
Yeah.
same way. It's Jimmy Hart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so I always think whenever Jimmy Hart gets brought up, I always think about a shoot interview with Honky Tonk Man. He talks about how much he loves Jimmy Hart. And he said, "I love Jimmy Hart. You know, that man ain't never he never drank, never did a drug in his life. Now he chased a few whores now." he said that man never did no drugs or drank anything because he was talking about
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
asking him what wrestlers did what. You know,
That's
he
funny.
chased a few whores.
I mean,
I didn't realize
Shout
that
out Jimmy Hart.
him and Lawler went to high school
Yeah.
together. I never knew that.
And Lawler
Lawler
looked
looked.
Yeah.
bad too, bro.
mean,
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's done had multiple.
yeah, he's had some health stuff.
He's in his late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, all these guys.
all these guys they're getting old.
That's what I'm saying.
We're getting old.
Jimmy looked great
Yeah.
for his age and everything, and he just like he hasn't really aged.
I love that Hogan admitted to being bald and wearing that cap with the hair on it. he like subtly. I feel like he said that in one of the episodes.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, like, and that's the first time I've ever heard him acknowledge that it's fake.
Yeah, I was like,
And for the
dang,
longest,
good for
I didn't
you.
know it was
Yeah.
fake, and then I'm like, it looks too perfect. It's too perfect.
I like that when he decided at the Bash of the Beach thing when Linda was like the night after for Nitro, he was looking for all black stuff.
Yeah.
He legit took a pair of her tights.
yeah.
He wore
I was
a
like,
pair of
that's
her
a choice.
black tights.
That is a
For
choice.
that Monday Night Raw after Bash of the Beach and everything for that promo.
That was a
Linda
choice.
Hogan's tights. And his cowboy boots, though. His black cowboy boots.
Shout out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
Great
the first and
documentary.
fourth
It was.
episodes were my favorite. The two middle episodes, everybody, if you're a wrestling fan, you know everything.
We're such consumers of the content that especially the vintage stuff, the interview stuff, the documentary. So like to us, all that stuff is old, but to most people that watch it on Netflix, they don't have no clue about that.
Yeah.
The casual
And I
Netflix
think
watcher.
that's what this was for.
sure.
the
For sure.
casuals
Oh, yeah,
more
most definitely.
because
Same
that-
with the Vince shit. A lot of the
yeah.
Vince stuff was like
Absolutely.
that. too. We already know.
it could have been 6. It could have been 6 or 8 episodes, or 8 episodes easy. I
No,
think.
we talked about this before recording. They came out today as we're recording this that they're sitting on more footage,
Yep.
but they don't know if they're going to release it or not.
I hope they do.
I hope they do because, like you said, what Kevin Nash?
Yeah, he said he sat down for some hours and they just
that was
used
on
just
there.
a small
Just
portion of it.
portion of what he had to say and everything. So there's more out there and everything. So,
We'll see.
but they said the same thing about the Vince documentary too.
Yeah.
So
Well, and see, yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll get some more of it. Like I said, the 3 episodes I watched, I really enjoyed them.
Yeah, you
and I'm
definitely
gonna
need
watch
to
the
check-
4th one tonight
yeah.
as we're recording this. I just didn't have time to get.
yeah,
to watch
it's
the
the most
last one yet.
it's the most impactful episode out of all of them and everything. It gets out the worst side of him and everything. And
Well, definitely check it out then. I mean, if y'all are obviously if you're watching this podcast, you're fans of wrestling of some sort or movies, and he's been a part of both. I know movies he's not great, an actor or nothing, but it all kind of pertains. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
y'all check it out on Netflix, man. It's 4 episodes. It's like a 4-hour commitment.
yeah,
You know, 4
yeah,
hours, so.
yeah.
It's
but
worth it. It's worth it.
It's worth it though. My wife was sitting there while I was watching it. She was sitting there watching it. She'd look up from her phone and watch a few minutes of it every time and everything. So, yeah, it's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
It doesn't. We still have our feelings about Hogan and all that stuff. I mean, he made the impact that he did. I mean, during that time, it was one of the most influential people in the world and everything and everything. But it turned out the way it did.
Well, we appreciate y'all, man, for checking out another episode of Over the Top with Chad and Tony and all of our homies.
Yeah.
Bars. Shout out to Revolution One Media. Shout out to the Gaggle of Wrestlers and the Dope Ass Ducks.
Yep.
Shout out
Courtesy of
K-Duck.
K-Duck. And thank.
Whoa! Shoot it down! Count, Brandon, count.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Boom, boom, boom. Shakalaka.
Cena couldn't let. Cena said, "Y'all ain't finna put them ducks over, motherfucker." Gave him a 5-knuckle shuffle, son. That's a clip, my boy. Shout out to Brandon E for making his return back to the pod, man. We love having you on here. Well, y'all gonna see him for 2 more weeks, man. Next week we're bringing y'all 1992 films, and that will complete the 90s decade of movies on Over the Top. We'll make a playlist too.
Oh yeah, I'll make a playlist of
for it,
everything.
since we'll have, and we can put them in order where y'all can just boom right through them.
Yeah.
But thanks again, man. Y'all are really checking out the reels on all the platforms, and we appreciate it. And
Like, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff.
facts.
We got this motherfucker.
Over the top with Chad and Tony, talking about movies and wrestling. Hot mic chance, Georgia team hating on me, Gene. BJ the DJ keeps the party going.